Let's bring in this discussion now. The South African National Roads Agency is set to host its flagship Taking Sanral to the People engagement session today. The event will gather community members and SMMEs along Moloto Road in KwaMhlanga. The session is aiming to share vital information about the 738 million rand upgrade of part of that road. Of course, it's a 12-kilometre stretch, and in fact, those upgrades, I understand, are going to begin sometime at the beginning of next year. Let's make sense of what else we know about what is going to happen. Bring in Sanral's Northern Region Project Manager, Eugene King, joining us via our video link. And Eugene, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, but that session took place yesterday, is that right?
Thank you, Ayanda, and good day to your viewers as well. Yes, the session took place yesterday,
right,
where we were engaging the community and business people of KwaMhlanga and Tembesi-Lahani municipality.
Absolutely, yeah, I thought so. So apologies to our viewers for that. But let's understand a bit better what actually the objective is here. I mean, what stood out for us when we got information about what might be taking place is these upgrades to Moloto Road, 738 million rand being put aside to that end. So speak to us about what the session yesterday entailed and what these upgrades are likely to look like.
Yes, as one of the five key pillars of Sanral, we have to engage stakeholders, and among the stakeholders is the communities and the business people. So Sanral is currently busy upgrading the Moloto Road, which traverses from Gauteng to the Limpopo province. But our project is specifically limited to the Mpumalanga province. So we have recently appointed a contractor to upgrade a 12-kilometre stretch of the road from KwaMhlanga, passing through the Tweefontein communities there. So yesterday we were engaging the community, especially the business people, regarding the economic benefits that the project will bring. As part of the Sanral project, 30% of the contract has to be subcontracted to local businesses. So we're just engaging them on the numbers and what it means for them and how they can participate to benefit from that 30%.
Fair enough. Most people sadly know Moloto Road as being prone to a lot of accidents and are hoping that this kind of intervention will at the very least reduce that rate. Before you engaged in this kind of project, I'm sure you must have done your own research around what will actually help, right? So, for example, and I understand that the road is going to be moved from a 2 single-lane carriageway to 4. What other interventions are being introduced?
Yes, and that's correct. Actually, the project has been in design for a very long time, but the implementation of the works have been delayed by land acquisition processes. The design has been complete. It is going to be upgraded to the one lane to 2 lanes in both directions. And then we are going to make interventions in key intersections where we are going to build traffic circles in order to reduce the speed where you have vehicles interacting with pedestrians to reduce the accidents. And then there's a key interventions along the road as well in terms of safety and also the management of stormwater when it's raining. So the design has been completed. That's why we are now enrolling this construction project.
Yeah, I suppose you've answered this in part, but can you give us a bit more details around why it's taken so long to get here?
The main issue has been the land acquisition process. What has happened is that there has been a lot of encroachment into the road reserve over the years. I think this has happened before Sanral took over the road. I think for the benefit of the viewers, this road was not Sanral Road. It was transferred, at least in the Mpumalanga section, it was transferred in 2016. So over the years, there has been encroachment into the road. So in order to upgrade this road into a national road, Sanral has had to increase a bit on some parts of the road, increase the road reserve. You find there's a lot of people who are now sitting inside of the road reserve, so these people have to be moved. There's a lot of processes that have to take place for that to happen. So that's in part what has delayed the implementation.
Okay.
But I think we are sorted now. That's why we are slowly enrolling these projects.
Sure. It starts in January next year. How long is it likely to take?
Yeah, the project itself, let's say the contract itself has started. We handed over to the contractor on the 19th of September. So we normally give contractors 3 months of mobilization for them to acclimatize to the area, to engage the stakeholders like we were doing yesterday, to establish their site camps and everything. So the 3 months will end in December. And then in January, the construction period will then start. And it will take us 36 months. That's the estimate, 36 months to complete the project, which is estimated to be completed in December of 2027.
Sure. And what happens to that stretch of road in the interim? I mean, I'm asking this question because we know how busy it gets, especially around the festive season coming up in a few months' time. Will that still be an accessible part of the stretch of road?
Yes, yes. One of the key specs of our construction is that we are going to limit the inconvenience to the traveling public. So before the contractor can implement the permanent works, we are going to widen the road to make sure that when he constructs a half section of the road, the road is still open. Both lanes will still be operating throughout the construction period. The contractor will focus on the half of the road, construct that, finish it. When he's done, he's then going to move the traffic back onto the other side to complete the other half. But before he starts the main works, he's going to extend the road to allow both lanes to be operational throughout the construction period.
Yeah. I'm going to rely on your guidance here. 738 million rand to somebody who is not really in construction, doesn't really know how much these things cost. Could sound like a lot of money. Are you able to break down for us how you came to that figure and what it will take ultimately to maintain the upgrades once the project is completed?
Yes, I think one of the key technical issues with Sanral roads is that they are naturally very thick, carry heavy traffic. So you'll find that we go to a depth of up to 1.1 or 1.2 meters, and then we build the road in layers. So what the public sees is only the black stuff at the top, but underneath that is a lot of layers. So there's a lot of material we have to use to build the road. And then we also make sure that we also not only build the road, but we also do access to stormwater drainage so that when it's raining, we don't have water ponding on the roads and so on and so forth. But added to that, we have a component of community development where we do training, where we do subcontracting work. So that adds to this value that we speak about here. But in terms of the maintenance, Sanral has every kilometer of Sanral Road has what we call a routine road maintenance contract. So as soon as we are done with the road, we hand it over to the routine road maintenance contract for them to maintain it for the lifespan of the road.
I'm sure in your discussions with those who are in part of the design, you are wondering what the ultimate effect of these upgrades will be insofar as reducing that carnage that we spoke about earlier on. How are you quantifying that? I mean, is it even possible to do so? You know, put differently, are you able to say now that after the project, you'll be able to reduce carnage on that road by a certain amount, for argument's sake?
Sure, and that question I will not be able to give it to you now, to be honest.
Right.
But I think someone else might be more proficient in that department. I cannot give that answer at the moment.
All right, fair enough. It is also asking you to look into the future in some way. So I was just trying my luck to see if that any kind of discussion took place. But Eugene King, I beg your pardon, thanks very much indeed for speaking to us. We appreciate the time. I think it's an important story to highlight given just how many instances we've had Moloto Road in the news for all the wrong reasons. So there you have it. We're told a multi-million rand upgrade now beginning in January next year. Eugene King is the project manager, the Northern Region project manager for Sanral, I suppose overseeing part of that intervention.